Welcome to Chat and Dish. I'm Casey Quaretti. Today's show is dedicated to my good friend Josie Lancy because she shared with me an amazing recipe for what they call no-knead bread. I gotta tell you, it's no knead, no fuss, and no mess. Oh, it's incredible and it tastes great. Let's get started. The ingredients in order of use: 3 cups of bread flour, 1½ teaspoon salt, half a teaspoon of yeast, 1.5 cups of room temperature water. That's it. Let's get started. All right, we need 3 cups of bread flour. All you have to do is put your cup measure into your flour, scoop it out gently, take a back of a knife, scrape it off. You want it nice and even. That's 2. 1 more. There we go, that's 3. 1.5 teaspoons of regular salt, not sea salt, just regular salt. We need 1/2 teaspoon of yeast. I'm using the dry yeast in a jar. You can buy the ones in the little packages. It's the same thing. Now we just need to give these ingredients a quick mix so that the yeast and the salt are evenly divided with the flour. That'll do it. That's all it takes. Now we pour in 1.5 cups of room temperature water and just mix this together. I know the dough looks a little bit shaggy at this point, like it's not really well mixed together, but that's all you need to do. Now just cover it with cling film and set it aside on your kitchen counter for 12 to 24 hours. All right, we're pretending that it's 12 hours later. We've got our cooking pot ready to go into a preheated 450-degree oven to actually preheat the pot and the lid for 30 minutes. While our pot is preheating, we're going to go ahead and form our loaf of bread. You can see how the dough is really risen. It's filled with bubbles. It's very damp at this particular point. So we're going to take about 1/4 cup of flour. Just sprinkle that over a piece of parchment paper. It keeps everything nice and clean. Just spread that out, and then you're going to dump this whole loaf of dough, this bread, right onto the top of the flour. Now, you've got this ball of really soft, wet dough. You're just going to take the outsides and pull them in a circular fashion. You've got the flour underneath there to keep it from sticking, and just keep doing that until you've gone around about 3 or 4 times. Now, all you have to do is cover this up and let it rise a little bit and rest a little bit while our pan finishes its preheating. Okay, our pan is preheated and it's very, very hot, so do be careful. Just take your bread dough and plop it into the pan. Don't worry about how your bread goes into the pan. It's very flexible. Lid on and into the oven for 30 minutes. Remove the lid and set the timer for 15 minutes. Oh, this bread looks and smells absolutely fantastic. Keep your hot pads on your hands. The pot is really hot. Now we're just going to transfer it over to a cooling rack. Let it sit for a few minutes before we cut it. Ooh, the bread is still hot, but just cool enough so I can slice it. I just want to show you the lovely insides with all the nice little holes. Now I'm going to take that little end piece that's nice and crunchy. I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of butter on it because warm bread and butter, there's nothing better. Can you hear that crunch? That's what you're looking for. As always, thank you for visiting and exploring the world of baking bread made easy. Until next time, I'm going to miss you. Cheers.